Chosen one, this isn't a feel-good message. This isn't just inspiration or encouragement. This is a warning, a cry, a shaking of your spirit, because whether you realize it or not, something is working against you. Not from the outside, but from within. It's not the enemy you think, not the betrayal, not the rejection, not the demonic attack. It's something closer, something subtle, something that's been allowed to live quietly in your mind and spirit. And now it's slowly draining your strength, breaking your focus, and ruining you. You're carrying a burden you were never meant to carry. You've accepted pain as your personality. You've labeled trauma as your testimony without letting it transform. And God is saying, clearly and urgently, this will break you if you don't confront it. This is your moment, not to shame you, but to awaken you. Because of this weight, it's crushing the version of you God called. It's robbing you of clarity, peace, power, and purpose. And until you recognize it, you won't heal. Let's go deep. Let's uncover what's really going on inside the chosen ones. Because what you're carrying, you were never supposed to hold on to this long. You're bearing the weight of everyone else's expectations. You've been strong for so long. The rock, the steady hand, the one everyone leans on. You hold up your family when they fall apart. You pour into your friends when they're empty. You play the role of the fixer, the counselor, the peacekeeper, the provider, the one who always has it together. But behind closed doors, there's a different story. Here's the truth. You have been too afraid to admit that you're tired, not just tired, exhausted, emotionally drained, spiritually worn. Even your body is carrying the weight of everything you've been holding in. You smile for others while silently screaming for help. And still, you won't rest, because guilt whispers that resting means failing. But hear this loud and clear: God never asked you to carry it all. You were not created to be everyone's savior. You can love without losing yourself. You can lead without breaking. You can shine without burning out. The pressure to keep everyone happy is not your purpose. God is calling you back to center. Not to perform, but to be still. Your worth isn't earned through sacrifice. It was declared the day you were chosen. Take off the weight of expectations. Rest, replenish, release. Before the weight that's on you crushes the calling within you, you're carrying guilt for healing while others stay broken. One of the most painful, yet honest, truths of being chosen is this: you'll start to heal, grow, and rise. But the people around you won't always grow with you, and that reality can feel heavy. Guilt creeps in. You ask yourself, why am I moving forward when they're still stuck? You find yourself shrinking to keep others comfortable, dimming your light so it doesn't blind anyone. You stay silent when you're called to roar, because you're afraid your elevation might make someone else feel left behind. But listen closely. God is crying out to you. Your growth is not arrogance. Your healing is not rebellion. Your elevation is not betrayal. It's obedience. You can't keep bleeding just to make others feel better about their own wounds. You can't pause your purpose to protect someone else's comfort zone. That guilt you're carrying, that's the enemy's tactic. Because if he can convince you to feel bad for rising, he can keep you stuck in places you've outgrown. Chosen one, don't apologize for becoming who God created you to be. Your transformation isn't rejection, it's revelation. It shows others what's possible. Let them feel what they feel, but go where God is calling you. Your destiny is not up for negotiation. You're living in survival mode when you've already been delivered. When you've been through trauma, struggle, betrayal, or poverty, your nervous system adapts. You become hyper-aware, on edge, always bracing for the next hit. Even when things are going well, part of you can't relax. This is what it means to live in survival mode. But the dangerous part is this: you can be delivered physically, but still be mentally enslaved. God already brought you out, but you're still living like you're in danger, like you're not safe, like joy is a setup and peace is temporary. Chosen one, this is ruining you. You're never still, never present, never breathing fully. You don't trust the good, so you can't enjoy it. You sabotage blessings because they feel unfamiliar. God is saying, you're safe now. You can stop fighting battles that don't exist. Your nervous system may still expect chaos, but your spirit has been set free. It's time to move from survival to stability, from defense to destiny. You're still holding on to what God asked you to let go. This one hurts. Deeply, because we all have something, or someone, we desperately wanted to carry into the next chapter. A relationship that felt safe, a dream that once inspired us, a lifestyle that gave comfort, a version of ourselves that didn't require as much faith. But God gave you the signs, subtle at first, then louder, more obvious. Let it go, and still you held on. You bargained, you waited. You convinced yourself it could still work, but now you feel it, the weight, the drain, the slow unraveling. You're exhausted, not just physically, but spiritually. And deep down, you know, you're being held back by something God already asked you to release. Every day you delay obedience, you delay freedom. This isn't punishment, it's mercy. God doesn't remove to harm you. He removes to heal you. He knows what's ahead, and He's trying to prepare you, not punish you. Chosen one, if God told you to let go, it's because what's coming is greater. Not easier, but more aligned. You can't receive new oil in old vessels. You can't step into purpose while clinging to the past. Release what's breaking you, even if it hurts, because what God has for you requires empty hands and a surrendered heart. You are believing the lie that you have to earn God's favor. Or somewhere along the way, you were taught a lie, that love from God had to be earned, that His favor was reserved for the flawless, that your calling was conditional, tied to how perfectly you performed. So now every stumble, every mistake, every moment of weakness makes you question your worth, makes you wonder if you've disqualified yourself. But that's not faith, that's slavery. And it's quietly suffocating your spirit. Here's the truth. God doesn't love you because of what you do. He loves you because of who He is. He chose you long before you ever chose Him. Your identity isn't built on your perfection. It's anchored in His promise. His grace didn't begin the moment you got it all right. It was there before you ever got it together. Chosen one, stop striving for what you already carry. You're not working for favor. You're working from it. You've been marked, sealed, called, and equipped. You don't have to earn your place. You already belong. Your calling is secure. Your spot in the kingdom is unshakable. The cross didn't halfway cover you. It covered everything. So exhale, rest in grace, walk in confidence, and above all, stop performing. It's time to start receiving. You're isolating yourself because you think no one gets it. This may be the quietest trap of them all: isolation. As a chosen one, you often feel misunderstood, spiritually out of place, emotionally disconnected. And over time, that loneliness becomes your normal. But God didn't call you to walk alone. Isolation isn't holiness, it's hazardous. You were created for the community, for accountability, for covering. The enemy uses isolation to amplify doubt, to whisper lies, to distort your identity. And yes, you may not fit into every crowd, but that doesn't mean no one is assigned to walk with you. Pray for divine relationships, seek wise counsel. Reach out when you're hurting. Your pain multiplies in silence. Your healing accelerates in connection. Don't let the lie of isolation keep you stuck in cycles you were never meant to bear alone. You're judging your current season as the end of your story. When things aren't moving the way you expected, when doors are closing, when plans fall apart, it's tempting to assume you missed it, that God has changed His mind, that you're done. But that's the biggest lie of all. God never promised the road would be easy, but He did promise it would be worth it. What feels like an ending is often just a pivot, a redirection, a setup for a glory you couldn't yet imagine. Don't judge what's happening right now as the final chapter. You're in a process. And sometimes, that process is disguised as pain, silence, or wilderness. Chosen one, your story is still being written. Trust the author. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean He's not working behind the scenes. You're not failing. You're forming. And what's ahead is still good. Chosen one, can we be honest? You're tired. You're burdened. You're overwhelmed. You're fighting battles in secret while smiling in public. You're holding trauma with no outlet. You're carrying guilt for growing. You're judging your silence as failure, and God is saying enough. You weren't meant to live this way. You weren't created to carry this weight. It's ruining you, not all at once, but little by little. In your energy, your focus, your confidence, your clarity. But here's the truth. You don't have to keep carrying it. You're not stuck. You're not too far gone. You haven't messed up your destiny. You just need to surrender again. You need to lay it down again. You need to trust that even this moment of breaking is part of your becoming. God is not done with you. He's rescuing you. Even now, through these words, through this moment, through this revelation, the weight you're carrying, drop it. The guilt you're holding, release it. The shame you've buried, expose it. You're not weak for being wounded, but you are strong for deciding to heal. Today is the day to choose freedom. If this message pierced your heart, it was supposed to. God has been reaching for you in whispers. This was his shout. Don't go back to pretending. Don't carry the weight one more day. In the next video, we go deeper into how God is purging the pain from your soul so you can rise without residue, and what your next move must be to walk free. Watch next. Chosen one, they fled because your mirror showed their monsters. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're chosen. Now walk in your healing. Your restoration has already begun.